Good day, everyone. Today, our group will present our analysis of entrepreneurial leadership within the corporate environment. Our group member consists of me, Anand, and also Kishore. We have chosen Jensen Huang and Nvidia as our case study. We selected this case because it perfectly demonstrates how a mature company can use strategic risk-taking and innovation to completely reinvent itself, transforming from a graphic cards manufacturer into the world's leading AI computing platform. Nvidia was founded in 1993 with a focus on PC gaming. However, under Jensen Huang's leadership, the company didn't just stay in its lane. Over 30 years, they evolved from a hardware component supplier to a platform leader powering the AI revolution. Our analysis looks at how Huang achieved this through vision, risk-taking, and a unique organizational culture. It starts with Huang's vision. He uses what he calls a time machine approach. Instead of looking at next year's trends, he looks 10 years into the future. He realized early on that traditional CPU scaling was ending. In 2006, he bet the company on accelerated computing using graphic chips for heavy processing long before AI was a mainstream concept. The key thread of Huang's entrepreneurship is pursuing $0 billion markets. These are markets with no current customers but massive future value. For example, he built the Omniverse to simulate factories before digital twins was even a buzzword. He identified that drug discovery was basically a data problem, leading to the healthcare AI platform, Clara. This transition wasn't safe. Huang took massive risks. The biggest was investing in CUDA, or also known as CUDA, a software platform that cost billions but had no immediate return. He effectively taxed his gaming customers by putting expensive AI cores into gaming cards, betting that eventually the world would catch up. It worked, creating a powerful ecosystem that locked in developers.
Huang built innovation into firm's very bones, then that means flattening the hierarchy to an extreme degree. Huang has famously over 50 direct reports a structure designed to cut through information distortion caused by middle management and make sure vision reaches the engineers doing that work. The radical cooperation is facilitated by a top 5 emails tradition whereby everyone of Nvidia's employees, including its top executives, submit each week a list of 5 things they're working on that week. Those emails are widely read not just by bosses or peers but by anyone in that company who has spare cycles and might seek a redundant task or is in a position to help. Huang overcome the innovation dilemma, a desire to protect profitability legacy business like gaming by cutting new and unproven but exciting one with strategies he called intellectual honesty. One of the best examples for its action is Nvidia exit from the smartphone market. We are seeing now how Huang is driven by perpetual desperation, a belief that the company is always 30 days from going out of business and regularly facing the possibility of firing employees. Huang believes that the culture is his top priority and it's a wonderful example of kind of smart failure. In 1995, their first product of 2D chips called the NVIs was technically incompatible with the burgeoning new Windows 95, a compatibility problem that doomed sales of the product. Nowadays, this is formalized in concept like failing fast. At Nvidia, there's a lot of communication about failure and failures are broadcast in public forums where detected rather than prepared over. A flawless test chip or broken code base is recorded as data rather than career ending that could be punished. Nvidia relies on mission-driven teams. Compensation is oriented towards stock options that vest over a long period of time, forcing employees to look at the health of the company 5 or 10 years in the future. The entrepreneurial initiative led by Jensen Huang were one of the main reasons which produced outstanding business results. Nvidia was on the way to sustain revenue growth, strong profitability, and increasing market capitalization. The company managed to dominate the GPU market of gaming, AI acceleration, and data center computing. Such results reflect successfully implement corporate entrepreneurship, where innovation-driven strategies lead to enhanced financial performance and organizational renewal. So for the recommendation, firstly, leaders are obligated to set out captivating long-term vision based on technological and market foresight. The example of Jensen Huang confirms to us that corporate entrepreneurship is a direct result of a deliverable strategic intent which goes beyond the usual short-term financial targets. So next, corporation must implement a portfolio strategy with respect, risk-taking, and innovation. The case of Nvidia conveys that innovative results are not direct consequences of a single daring decision, rather they are outcome of a multiple calculated experiments funded by a long-term commitment. Thirdly, executives should deeply put their money into platforms and ecosystem instead of separate products. One of the most radical moves by Nvidia in terms of entrepreneurship was interception of CUDA and more extensive developer ecosystem. Fourth, creating corporate entrepreneurship which foster a culture of entrepreneurship in a company means that the leaders must deliberately change the culture of the company. They should integrate this principle in the daily work of the company into the process and the habits of the company. Next is fifth, the corporate entrepreneurship through talent management and leadership development. The role of human capital in innovation-driven strategies is well reflected in the statement of Jensen Huang to bring in top-notch technically talent and to give the power to the teams. Last but not least, leaders should institutionalize ambiguity, which means being able to use the existing capabilities of the company and at the same time discover new opportunities. In conclusion, risk-taking and decision-making were characteristic of Huang leadership, which came most of the strongly Nvidia's moves to invest in CUDA, artificially intelligent, and data center business were full of risk and hence required a lot of money and organizational resource to put up. On top of that, the impact of the business-related activities are worth mentioning Nvidia's because of the corporate venturing activities has enjoyed impressive financial outcomes. Consequently, this achievement can be seen as evidence of strategic value of corporate entrepreneurship as a means of attaining durable growth and security in industries that are subject to change.